Sometimes it's great to be an Aussie. For whatever reason, Thor was released in Australia more than 2 weeks before its American release. I saw Thor for 3 reasons. 1. Natalie Portman, who is one of my favorite actresses. 2. Sir Anthony Hopkins, who is one of my favorite actors and wouldn't sign on to a bad movie. 3. Kenneth Branagh, a well-respected English actor and director best known for his Shakespeare adaptations. With these elements in its favor, Thor was unlikely to be bad, and I was more than right, as Thor is an outstanding fantasy action movie. Thor does an excellent job of making its divine characters well-rounded and fallible. Chris Hemsworth stars as Thor, the god of thunder in the realm of Asgard. After reigniting an ancient war between the gods and frost giants, the arrogant Thor is banished to Earth by his father Odin, Anthony Hopkins. Though Thor is destined to be king, and has the safety of Asgard at heart, Thor is too proud and lusts for war. During his time on Earth, Thor develops restraint, humility, and wisdom, and Hemsworth is haughty and very likable in the role. One standout scene has Thor greeted by his brother Loki, the god of trickery, played by Tom Hiddleston. Recognizing his folly, and deemed unworthy by his hammer Mjolnir, Thor meekly asks Loki if he can come home. This scene is poignant and well acted, effectively portraying a god in a state of complete hopelessness. It's also touching to watch Thor bond with perky astrophysicist Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, his friend and love interest. Hemsworth and Portman have good chemistry together. In Thor's absence, Loki usurps the throne, and Thor must regain his powers and thwart his brother. Loki is a ruthless villain who plots the extermination of the frost giants and Thor's death, but this complex, nefarious scheme was devised only to earn his father's approval and prove himself as a worthy leader. Loki wants to be loved equally by his father. As such, you can relate to Loki's motivations on some level, and Hiddleston radiates the cunning and deceptive charm befitting of the god of trickery. Anthony Hopkins is perfect as Odin, the wise leader of the gods. Odin appears old and weary, and spends a large portion of the film in a deep sleep due to stress, but still has an enormously powerful and authoritative screen presence. Odin is also a kind and caring father for Thor and Loki, and after witnessing Thor's recklessness and warmongering, Odin's shame and disappointment are sad to watch. Thor is briskly paced and has relatable characters and a fun protagonist who grows as the movie progresses. On top of that, Thor has thrilling action and quite a bit of slapstick and culture shock humor as Thor makes his way on Earth. Thor is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which will consist of the Iron Man movies, the Incredible Hulk, Thor, and the yet-to-be-released Captain America movie by the end of the year. Each film introduces a member of the Avengers, a monumental superhero team and crossover event to be released in 2012. I was never much of a comic book reader, and I haven't seen the Iron Man movies, so I probably won't be seeing the Avengers, but each prelude to the Avengers is a standalone piece, and Thor certainly delivers. Thor is a really good movie, with a solid script, skilled direction, and great acting, effects, and action. Thor earns 4.5 stars out of 5. Ultimately, I loved Thor, and highly recommend it. It's also made me rather excited about Captain America: The First Avenger, which will be released on the 22nd of July. Thank you for watching. Cheers.